Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in. Now, before I start talking about these interesting scenarios that have been flashed looking at the price action of Bitcoin in a different time frame, I want you guys to do me a favor and quickly try that like button, and guys, let's try to reach 1000 like in this video, because a video like this takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy. So if you want to keep me motivated, a like is all what I'm asking. Thank you very much. Now, before we look into price action of Bitcoin, first let's look at the catalyst why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin for the coming year. We know in about 121 days from now, on April 2024, Bitcoin block reward will be reduced from 6.25 Bitcoin per block to 3.125 Bitcoin per block. What does this mean? The supply is going to get reduced, which will create demand. If the supply increases, the demand decreases. But in our case, the demand is going to increase because the supply is going to decrease. And we know in the past price action, whenever we have seen price of Bitcoin entering through the halving, the first Bitcoin halving, what followed after that? Bull market. Second Bitcoin halving, what followed after that? Bull market. Third Bitcoin halving, another bull market. So this here could be also lining up for Bitcoin. The area where we are right now, this could be expansion phase, and worst case, what could happen according to this expansion phase? Price of Bitcoin getting attracted towards this rising trend line. Yes guys, this rising trend line support is there in a bigger frame, and it also shows us that 30,000 will be the worst case target for Bitcoin for the coming days. And if you do see this pre-halving shakeout, this rising trend line around 30,000 is the area where we could be getting attracted. But until then, the price of Bitcoin still has some more support to break. We have strong support lying above 40,000 before we talk about 30,000. But bigger picture, even after this shakeout, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to turn very, very bullish, not just only because of the halving. If you are aware, spot Bitcoin ETF approval is also lined up by SEC for January 2nd until January 10th, which means company like Grayscale, 21 Shares and ARK, BlackRock, Bitwise, Vanek, Wisdom Tree, Fidelity, list goes on and on. You can see they are all waiting for this approval, the spot Bitcoin approval next month, and this could be another catalyst for the upcoming bull market. So you can see guys, bigger picture are clearly flashing us the price of Bitcoin. Even after some shakeout, could still show another massive rally here to the upside. And now, even according to this falling wedge, this is considered as a bullish continuation pattern. I showed you on my previous video, even if the price fails to get attracted towards the price opportunity from this falling wedge, which lies in between 60,000 70,000 range, there is a very high probability of price getting attracted in between 48,000 to 50,000 before deciding the trend duration. Yes guys, I strongly believe 50,000 will be retested very, very soon. So this is another reason why the target around 48,000 50,000 remains, even if the price in the medium short term is going to show some shakeout, because we know any sort of a shakeout, according to Stan Weinstein ideal buy for investor scenario, the price of Bitcoin is going to follow this or continue this uptrend. Why? Because if you look at this ideal buy for investor scenario, the price has already broken out of this long-term resistance line, already broken above this 30-week moving average, which is a very bullish scenario. So even in this example, if you look at this carefully, during an uptrend, you can see during an uptrend, there will be shakeout. Price of Bitcoin following this higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern type of formation. And in this case, even the 30-week moving average will be acting as a line of support. So even if the price of Bitcoin is going to show another crazy move like this, right, up to 25, even 30%, please do not panic, because we have extremely important line of support lying around that area, and this will be looked as a temporary retracement, just a retest before starting with a new impulsive move, because we know parallelly even this ascending channel scenario is lining up for Bitcoin. Yes, if this is going to be looked as a continuation pattern, higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern, then getting rejected after reaching around this 46 47,000 is okay. Even if we are going to see another corrective move like this, price getting attracted towards this lower trend line, no problem, because this lower trend line above 30,000 will be looked as a line of support. Yes guys, this lower trend line from this ascending channel will be looked as additional support along with this 30-week moving average above 30,000 range, and any sort of a pullback will be looked as a temporary pullback, and price of Bitcoin after that is expected to show another impulsive movement like this. Now, if we look at this leading indicator, I mean, we are aware the price is trapped in between this R3 resistance and R2 support line. Yes, this 41,000 to the downside is going to be acting as a line of support, above this 43,700 acting as a line of resistance. So if we can consolidate in between this range, we are more than happy, because in that case the price of Bitcoin for the coming month could be starting with another bullish move like this. But I just showed you here in a bigger picture, even if the worst case scenario plays out, price following this rising trend line, price getting attracted towards this 30-week moving average, price getting attracted towards this lower trend line from this ascending channel, it will be looked as a temporary retracement. And if this plays out, right, price of Bitcoin after some range bound slowly getting attracted here like this, then you can see the December VCPR will also be tested, and this is very, very important. And this VCPR support also lies above 36,000 to 35,000 range. So that's why guys, this will be looked as additional support for Bitcoin, and pullback around that area could be just a temporary pullback. And now, even if you look at this in a bit different way, I mean, according to this bearish scenario, a dead cat bounce chart, we know the price of Bitcoin has failed to find support above 43,000. And if you have watched my video from yesterday or day before yesterday, I was very clear. If the daily fails to close above 43,000, above 0.618 Fibonacci line, then please be careful. We could see another continuation like this, just like shown in an example after this 50-60% retracement, price continuing the original trend direction. And in our case, the original trend is clearly heading it to the downside. So please guys, the price is still below 43,000, which means the weakness could be seen here. So even if this is going to be looked as a continuation pattern, I just showed you, these are all going to be just a temporary pullback in my opinion, because I am actually expecting the price of Bitcoin after getting attracted here to the downside, after showing this weakness, right, to start with a new impulsive move. Let me show you here. If the price of Bitcoin does get attracted towards this horizontal trend line, right, the price opportunity from this dead cat bounce, no problem, which is going to be below 40,000, I still believe we are going to find strong support around this range before even looking for another retracement, which could bring us around 30,000. So this 30,000 is the worst case target, but for now 40,000 will be acting as a line of support for Bitcoin. Yes guys, we know around that price range, right, we have support, extremely important support for Bitcoin. You know, I have been showing you this CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, which will be looked as line of support for Bitcoin in case of retracement around 40,000. Williams alligator indicator will be looked as a line of support, you can see around 40,000, and even the Bollinger Band, right? If you look at this Bollinger Band, even this Bollinger Band central line will be acting as a line of support. So let me show you that here one more time. You can see this central line, this orange line, is going to be the line of support along with this CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, Williams alligator indicator. So you can see about 40,000, the price of Bitcoin definitely has some strong line of support. And if this is going to fail, I mean, price of Bitcoin showing a move like this, range bounding, right, and then coming above 43,000, then you know this get invalidated, and parallelly what could be happening, the price of Bitcoin could be following this symmetrical triangle breakout type of formation. Yes guys, if we can find proper support over 43,000, then I strongly believe that the bearish scenario which I just showed you is going to get invalidated, and price of Bitcoin after that could show another continuation here like this, and the pre-halving shakeout which I showed you could be happening later. And first target, first price opportunity in between 48,000 to 50,000 range and only after that we are going to decide the trend duration. But I personally think even if we are going to see another 20%, 30% shakeout, that will be just a temporary shakeout, and price after that is expected to start with a new impulsive move or new bull market. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please guys, please try that like button. And if you are still unaware about the bonuses available for our community members, in the description down below, I mean, Bybit is giving around 30,000 in deposit bonus, Phemex 6,000 deposit bonus, OKX around 50,000 rewards. So these are all free money available for you in the description down below. So if you want to trade with free money, please check the video description. So by saying this, I'm signing out. Until next time, bye bye.